Finally! After 5 goddamn years! Cacao is here! To grab our money!
5 years old game without the option to dodge, without a stable European server, with millions of microtransactions and a quadruple gacha system. And you ask me, are we gonna play this game? Where do I fucking sign? Alright, before we dive in, I want to let you know that if you're interested in testing the game before its global release and are having trouble joining the Japan servers, I'll be releasing a video tomorrow to guide you through the process. Moreover, let me share my general impressions. I've played the game for nearly 30 hours. Or rather, my character has, since it's quite hands-off. If you have played similar games, similar niche games like Nightcross for instance, this game feels very similar, but with some notable differences. Shorter cooldown on skills make grinding less tedious, a more rewarding progression system is in place, events are actually completable, and servers are, better overall. Even though there are pay-to-win elements present, they don't heavily impact most content like bosses did in other similar niche games, so you will likely have a better experience here. Additional leveling doesn't feel too slow, it is somewhat slow but not excessively so, plus the gacha system feels more rewarding. You also might be wondering how I did that. What kind of program could it be? Well, someone's looking out for you. Daddy Gucci always chooses the best partners and sponsors. Let me introduce Lagofast. Not just any VPN, but one that reduces latency and boosts FPS in every game. Plus they have an amazing feature, an auto-translation system, within Odin Valhalla Japan servers with just one click. It's incredibly convenient and worth trying. As mentioned earlier, without European servers, yet playing via VPN to reduce latency is unviable. Even though on Japan servers at 200 ping, I didn't face major issues. Sure, there was some noticeable lag, but nothing detrimental to my enjoyment so far. Although crowded content wasn't fully experienced, then either keep this consideration when global release occurs, as many players will join. And here's the best part, use my code GUJI to get a 30% discount on any Lagofast plan. In the global version of this game, we have 4 classes. Warrior, which branches into Knight and Berserker, Rogue splitting into Assassin and Archer, Sorcerer with 2 ranged damage specialization, and Priest with 2 specs for buffs and support. There are more to be released and I'm not certain if we're gonna get the specializations within the release, as the official website doesn't display them. Additionally, choosing a specialization isn't permanent because the game includes skins. If you get a better skin for an alternative class option you've chosen, you can switch instantly to that class. Your skills will convert accordingly. However, you can't switch from Warrior to Archer, but you can go from Assassin to Archer for instance. There is no gender lock either. You have 8 skills at your disposal in combat with rewarding cooldowns, so it won't be so boring. Alright, let's do a quick overview of the content, starting with missions. You have main missions, side quests, and daily quests. Fortunately, these don't require killing tons of monsters, at least at the early stages, and progression feels smooth. Daily quests are time efficient too. Additionally, there is daily content like dungeons, where you run for a specific amount of time. If you played Nightcross before, you will recognize this setup. However, it's inconvenient that other players can join these locations at the same time as you do. Early on, they might be overcrowded. For Europeans without dedicated servers, it could be challenging to manage. There are also dungeons that you can enter alone or with your party, with multiple difficulty seats, and PvP is available too. It opens during certain periods and it seems like it will turn into quite an intense combat power fiesta, since everyone can join mass scale battles. Regardless, I don't want to focus too much on all the content, since we don't know exactly what will be included in the global release. However, I do want to highlight that gameplay is largely an auto-grind fiesta.
What do you want? I'm literally playing right now.
You will mainly move your character from one location to another, and let them auto-grind for eternity. Fortunately, there is an idle offline farming mode, so we won't have to completely overwork our CPUs. Now let's talk about character progression. The game features something called collection, where you can input unnecessary gear to gain extra combat power. If you compare it with similar games experience, the difference here is that item drops feel more rewarding, especially on the Japan servers, as daily quests also provide additional items. Crafting is not so challenging as the pace of acquiring items feels normal. However, one downside I personally dislike is that the collection requires items above +6, and attempting to enchant pieces beyond this level risks destroying them. On top of that, there are multiple ways like runes, imprints, or the gacha systems, and many other methods to boost your power, but I'm not sure what exactly will be included in the official release yet. So as they say, I like to keep some eggs in the basket before diving deeper into those details. Finally, let's discuss the game's gacha pay-to-win system. Is it pay to win? Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. However, there are some positive aspects to how this system is organized. For instance, when you roll for a weapon or mount, it's always tailored to your character's needs, meaning you won't get items irrelevant to your specific class. While not all skills can be used across specializations, especially higher grade ones obtained through skill books, you can still switch outfits and play different roles within those specializations easily. This reduces the steps needed before reaching the ultimate rarity for your outfit, weapon, and in general all the gacha within the game. After getting duplicates, you have an option of combining them with varying success rates, but I'm unsure about exact percentages or rewards from that combination process yet. I haven't found any passive CP gains from outfits outside one's class, so whether rolling outfits or weapons for other classes benefits overall account CP remains unclear. It might exist somewhere though. If not, and if account-wide CP comes solely from collection, it'll likely be more free-to-play friendly. Alright guys, let me share my final thoughts. Should you play this game or not? If you are searching for an action MMO, this might not be the place for you. Similarly, if you want a straightforward progression system without player interaction and without the RNG element, look elsewhere. However, if you're like me, someone who both loves and hates dealing with RNG progression through gacha elements, but appreciates the lack of need to actively play, you will enjoy monitoring your character's progress while having fun with friends and grinding endlessly. And yes, potentially demolishing your credit card in the process. If that sounds appealing to you, come join us. We are opening an international guild via Discord where everyone is welcome to become part of our crazy MMO community. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya!